Good morning, friend. I am Lisa Thompson. I'm the women's pastor at our Granite Bay campus. Well, Merry Christmas Eve morning. Well, this season for me conjures up a lot of memories, making it wonderfully hard. There are hard things and realities in my life that go all the way back to when I was a child, when my parents divorced. Sometimes life and the people we love can be very messy, and I'm sure you would agree with that. But God has a wonderful way of repurposing those messes and bringing about good and gifts and blessings through His redemptive processes and purposes. And that's really what Christmas is all about. Well, I have a great memory with my grandfather, my dad, and my brother that comes up for me around Christmas time. And this was when I was about 8 years old. And my grandfather took us to Toys R Us and gave my brother and I each a cart. And he said, fill it up with whatever you want. Okay, I was totally into Barbies at the time, so you can imagine where my cart went. I filled it up with the Barbie condo, the pool, the RV. Remember the RV? And all the little outfits. And it was an incredible day just zipping around all the aisles, filling this cart to the brim with toys. Well, years have passed, and I'm sure most of those toys are somewhere in landfill, and I don't remember them as much, but I remember how I felt with my grandfather that day. Just the sheer delight that he had in seeing his granddaughter and his grandson just enjoy the gifts, his generosity, his kindness as we filled up our carts. Can you imagine if I looked at my grandfather and said, oh, you know, Grandpa, I don't need any gifts today, or I don't deserve any of these gifts, or maybe I'll just have one thing today. Absolutely not. I was a kid, and I took him up on his offer and filled it up, and I know that he was delighted to do this for his granddaughter and his grandson. And as I think about that for you and I think sometimes with our God, our Father, He stands with each of us and He says, son or daughter, fill up your heart on whatever you need, whatever you're lacking in. Do you need joy? Do you need peace? Do you need to know the purposes that I'm doing in this season? Fill it up on whatever you need. I am a generous and loving Father, and I want to give you what you need and what you may be lacking in. I love what James 1:17 says on that topic. It says, every good and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. So this Christmas, you may be walking through some things that are hard and difficult, and maybe even know of people that are going through similar things. But God stands with you in that mess, and He's inviting you to experience relationship and things that are going to make a difference in how you respond and walk through those things. So what gifts do you need that only God can give you? The gift of His presence, His comfort, His peace, His love. God delights in our childlike faith that takes Him up on His promises so that relationship and memories are made. Just as I remember the generosity that my grandfather had when he took me to Toys R Us and I filled my cart up with all those fun things, you too will remember the generosity that God has for you as you've taken steps to fill up your heart with the things that God wants to give to you in this season.